Franklin's problem. Franklin Roosevelt was our president, but he felt bad. He knew that some people did not have food. Other people did not have a place to live. Old people did not have money. What can I do? Thought Franklin. How can I help all these people? He worked to make new jobs. He gave people roads to build and murals to paint. That way, they could buy food. They could also find a place to live. He sent aside money for old people to use when they could not work anymore. Franklin Roosevelt helped many people while he was president. They called his work the New Deal. They loved him for it. 1. Why does Franklin feel bad? Because people do not have food. 2. Franklin gives people jobs. 3. In this story, one new job was building roads. 4. Franklin's work is called the New Deal. In Annie's diary, Annie Frank liked to write in her diary. When she was 13, her family had to run away from their home. There was a war. People wanted to hurt them. They had to hide. They did not have much food to eat. They felt crowded into a few rooms. What do you write? Why do you write so much? Cried her sister. Why not help Mom cook and clean? I love to write, Annie replied. She wrote about how she was scared. But she also wrote about the good times she had with her family. She was a brave girl and a good writer. Now, Annie's diary helps us to know about her life was like during a war. When we read it, we felt sad. We felt mad at people who wanted to hurt her and her sister. But we also feel brave and full of hopes, just like Annie. Story questions. 1. Why does Annie's family have to hide? Because people want to hurt them. 2. In this story, Annie is full of hope. 3. Annie wrote her diary during a war. 4. In this story, heart means endure. The Girl Painter. Mary Cassatt wanted to be a painter. Her family was rich. They lived in Paris for a while. There, Mary saw all sorts of art. When they returned to America, I want to be an artist, she told her parents. I want to paint pictures. Nonsense, said her father. You are a girl. Get married. Have children of your own, said her mother. But Mary begged and begged. At last, her parents let her go to art school. There, she learned to paint pictures. She moved back to Paris. Men were mad. A girl painter? They cried. Then they saw her art. Mary had become a great painter. Thanks to her, both men and women can work as artists. Story questions. 1. In Paris, Mary saw all sorts of art. 2. Mary's father thought that girls could not be artists. 3. What did Mary learn in art school? She learned how to paint pictures. 4. Men in Paris saw that Mary had become a great painter. The Small Girl. Sarah Small was the smallest girl in second grade. She could not reach the water fountain. She felt very sad. Wait and see, said Mother. It's good to be small. One day, Sarah and her friends were playing soccer. Sarah was good at soccer. She was so small that she could run through tall people's legs. She had just kicked the ball when she saw something green and white. There was a $5 bill on the other side of the fence, beside a small hole. Sarah's friends were too big to fit through the hole to reach it, but Sarah got down on her hands and knees and slipped through. She picked up the bill off the ground. Then she told her friends she would buy them all ice cream. Sometimes it's good to be small, she said. Story questions. 1. Why is Sarah sad? Because she is small. 2. Why is Sarah good at soccer? Because she can run through her legs. 3. What does Sarah find on the ground? She find a $5 bill. 4. What does Sarah do with the money? She buys ice cream for herself. Mozart and music. Once there was a boy named Mozart. When he was 3 years old, father taught him to play the organ. My son makes amazing music, father said. You are wrong, said the king. He is only 3 years old. He is a little boy. He can play with a blindfold over his eyes, said father. I do not believe you, said the king. Bring the boy here and prove this to me. So father dressed Mozart in a little jacket. He took him to the king. Mozart sat in front of the organ. He let father put a blindfold around his eye. Mozart began to play the organ. The king's eyes got big and round. I am sorry, he said. You are right. Mozart makes amazing music. Story questions. 1. Mozart learns to play the organ when he is 3 years old. 2. Father says Mozart can play the organ without seeing. 3. Who is wrong in this story? The king is wrong in this story. 4. The king says that Mozart's music is amazing. Bye bye.